Good morning, everybody. So excited to be here. I'm just going to check real quick to make sure you guys can hear me because yesterday I had an issue with sound. Okay, cool. All right, so the audio is working. I'm not sure what happened in our live yesterday, but um, the sound wasn't working. So today's video is going to be about releasing old patterns, releasing old issues that can be holding us back and preventing us from really living the life we want. So many people get bogged down, get weighed down, and stay stuck because there's so many old issues, or there's one old issue in particular that they just don't want to let go of. Maybe they think letting go of that means it was okay for the other person to treat them like that, or that they're going to lose the battle or lose the game, right? This is something that I hear from a lot of clients. Like if I forgive them, if I let this go, it means they won. Well, what it's really doing is it's holding you down. And a lot of us logically, we know that forgiveness is a really important part in moving ourselves forward, in moving our own lives forward. But it's still sometimes, often, really hard to let that go on an energetic level. So guys, let's tap on that today. So we're going to tap on the side of the hand. And as you're tapping here, I want you to just take a nice deep breath and get really present in your body. So this may look like bringing your attention to your toes. Maybe you want to wiggle your toes. Bring your attention to your legs, to your feet. Maybe notice the feeling of the floor underneath you. If you don't have socks on or shoes, does the floor feel cold, hard, soft, warm? Okay, just really get into your body. Get really present in your body, okay? And take another deep breath. Even though it's so hard for me to let go of this thing from the past, I'm doing the best I can right now. Okay. Think of a particular thing that you want to work on in this tapping video. I should have said that before we started tapping. But bring a particular issue to mind. Okay? Bring something to mind. Even though there's this thing that I really don't want to let go of, I choose to accept the fact that holding on to this is hurting me. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though there's this issue from this past, there's this thing that happened in the past, and I really don't want to let it go. I really don't feel like I should have to forgive them or do something to move on. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. This thing that happened in the past, I do not want to let this go. Why should I have to let this go? Why should I have to let go or forgive them? Why should I have to do that? Why do I have to be the one to reach out? That whole situation was so unfair. And I'm really angry about it. Even after all these years, I'm still angry. I still think about it. It still keeps me up at night. But I'm just not ready to let it go. There's this part of me that just keeps holding on to it. And I don't want to let it go. I don't want to let it go. All this resistance to letting it go. In my head, I know I should. I know I need to in order to really be free. But why should I? They messed up too. They treated me unfairly. The whole situation is unfair. And I just don't want to let it go. I just don't want to forgive and let this go. Why don't I want to let this go? I know I'll feel so much better. I know I'll be able to move forward if I let this go. But I just don't want to. Why don't I want to let this go? What am I gaining from holding on to this issue? What am I gaining? What would I lose if I let go of this issue? If I forgave them and let this go? Why am I so resistant to moving forward, to releasing this and moving forward? It's so hard to let this go. Even after so many years, I keep holding on to it. But it's heavy. And I don't want to carry this anymore. Why is it so hard to let this go? Why is it so hard to let go of this thing? Okay, we're going to move into just a round of silent tapping. Be really aware during this part what comes to mind. If it's a thought, if it's a picture, if it's a memory. Okay, just be really aware of what comes to mind as you do this part. And take a nice deep breath here. A nice deep breath. Okay, we're going to go back into these phrases again. All this resistance to letting go of this thing. All this resistance. I just don't want to let it go. Why should I have to let this go when it was so unfair? All this anger in my body. All this anger. It was so unfair. It was so unfair. It was really unfair that this happened. Okay, take a deep breath here. Really be intentional with that exhale. So let's take another deep breath. Be really intentional with that exhale. And what I want you to do now is to get into more of an empowering state. So notice your body right now. Like I noticed for me, I was slouching a little bit. I was a little bit, my shoulders were a little bit slumped. And then I moved my shoulders back. I sat upright and I could just feel this energetic difference when I put my body in this empowering state. physical state, right? So get yourself into a really empowering state. If you want to stand and really plant your feet firmly on the ground, kind of that Wonder Woman pose, or if you just want to sit and have, be in a position where you feel stronger, more confident. Okay. I choose to believe I can let this go. I choose to believe I can let go of this thing from the past, this thing that I've been holding on to for so long. I can let this go. I can let go of this thing. I can let it go. I don't have to hold on to this anymore. I'm strong, capable, brave. And letting go doesn't mean I lost. It doesn't mean anybody lost. It means freedom. Letting go, releasing this thing, means it doesn't have to keep me up at night anymore. It doesn't have to take up so much room in my mind, in my body. It's okay to be scared to let this go. It's okay to have resistance to letting this go. But I know letting this go can change my life in so many ways. Letting this go can give me peace and freedom and power. I choose to believe I can control my emotional state. I have so much control over my emotional state. I can do this. I can release the past. I can move into the future with freedom, ease, so much more peace. Because this thing is heavy. Holding on to this thing is heavy. It's hard. It takes so much effort. So when I let go, I have freedom. I can fly. And that's exciting. Okay, shake out your arms real quick. And then we're going to tap with two hands. I am so empowered right now. I can let this go. I can move forward with so much less baggage, so much less weight. It was so heavy for so long, but I can release this. I can let this go. I deserve to be free. Take a deep breath here. I can let this go. And right now I'm tapping under my, under my arms, about 2 inches under the armpit. You could also cross your hands or cross your arms like this. It's up to you. Okay, so shake out your arms. Maybe a little twisting. Maybe inhale, reach your arms up. Oh, exhale, bring your arms down. That always feels so good. Be a little, just move your body any way that feels good. Any way that feels good. Okay. Now, rub your hands together. Put your hands over your chest when you're ready. Take a nice deep breath. Check in with your body. Notice how your body feels right now. Notice how your mind feels. And give yourself a pat on the back. Give yourself some extra love because you just did something incredible for yourself. Most people are not like you. Most people will hold on to so many issues from the past and they'll carry it for decades. And the past, all this extra baggage, all this extra weight holds them back from finding that freedom, from having that ease and peace in their body, from having that joy and happiness and love in their hearts. So you just did something amazing for you. So definitely celebrate that today. I'll see you next week for our 9 a.m. Eastern Time tap along. Let me know in the comments how you felt at the end of this video. Did you have a breakthrough? Did something come up for you that you realized, oh, okay, that's why I don't want to let this go. So keep track of those, write those down, journal, and really try to stay in this empowered state because you have so much control over your emotions. You have so much control over the thoughts and the beliefs that are deciding what you do, what you have, who you are in your life. All right, I'll see you next week. Have a great day.